broadcasting live to the world from Jerusalem. This is Voice of Israel, Israel's premier English language broadcast network. Voice of Israel, bringing Israel closer.
Welcome back to Israel Inspired Radio. This is Jeremy Gimpel with Ari Abramowitz. Oh, and today we have a good treat. It's always good to have dear friends on our show, but especially when the guy looks like he just walked out of a Bible. The guy looks like he just walked out of the pages, like Elijah the prophet was walking down, and then all of a sudden Nati just walks out of the Bible and says, "Hi, I'm Elijah's friend. My name is Nati." Nati Rom is with us today. We're talking about the BDS Movement, their newest campaign. And here's a guy that lives in the heart of Samaria that took it upon himself a couple of years ago. He said, "This is it. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to support the companies within Judea and Samaria fighting the BDS." But I think more spiritually, I was taught by one of my first rabbis that you can know what the purpose and mission of the Jewish people is by what the non-Jews are fighting us against. Meaning, if at one point they don't want us to return to Israel and there's anti-Zionism, the white papers in the British Empire not allowing us to run away from the Holocaust, know that the return to Zion, that's on the top of our priority list.
Right, judge me by my enemies.
Exactly. And so now we have it at the core of this conflict is Judea and Samaria. And everyone's calling to boycott and divest from those communities. Here's a guy that literally heard the calling and is now we've never had the studio filled with so many beautiful things before.
And what's good about it is a lot of times Jews like us get lost in the world of abstractions and ideas. And they're throwing bad words at us and they're saying boycott and we're fighting back and it's just simply in the world of ideas. But to have someone in practice actually helping put food on the tables of the families in Judea and Samaria that are on the front lines of this battle we're facing, it's just a very high level.
Well, folks, his name is Nati Rom. Lev Ha'olam is the name of the company. LevHaolam.com?
Yeah,
LevHaolam.com, which means heart of the world, which, of course, Judea, Samaria, biblical land of Israel, is the heart of the world. Nati, tell us, how did this come to pass? What is this about?
Okay, as you said, the BDS movement, we call it to build, buy, and support. We saw that our enemy, the people who doesn't like us, are boycotting our products, and people, the pioneers of Judea and Samaria, the Golan, the Galil, Gaza Strip, Gush Katif people, they boycott their products and they have a problem to have their income. So we decided to do the opposite and to buy as much that we can. They boycott and we are buying and selling products from those people.
All right, so let me understand. I'm looking at the stuff that's on the table here. We have organic natural honey. There's jewelry here. There's tea. There's spices. There's soap. How many companies are there in Judea and Samaria that you're doing this with?
So we are talking about some hundreds of companies, small businesses. They're in small houses. Everybody is doing it in whatever he can, and we are trying to help them to sell much more in big quantities and to bring a direct connection between those pioneers to the people all around the world.
Do you feel like overall the work that you're doing and others like you, does it compensate for, does it counteract the BDS movement? Who is winning? Are we at a stance? You know what I'm saying?
So it's a good question. Now we are in Hanukkah and there is a small group of the Maccabeans, you know them, that were a small group. But I feel that the field, I feel people... First of all, few words about Lev Ha'olam. Lev Ha'olam, it's working to connect people all around of the world, supporters of Israel, to the pioneers who are producing stuff like honey, tea, soap, all those things that they do. And when I go and speak with people in America, in Canada, in Norway even, people doesn't know that there are so many beautiful things that they can buy. So I feel it's much more influence than what we think.
I would say probably the influence, again, is not necessarily about the economics, although, listen, supporting all of these families in their own little businesses is a huge mitzvah in and of itself, but it's more about sharing the idea that these are Jewish pioneers that are connecting them to their work in the land of Israel.
Who would you say is your primary demographic that is supporting this?
Okay, many buses of tourists are coming to our places, to the hilltops. I live in a hilltop in Samaria. They are coming and say, very good, we like Mitnachalim, or very good, we like the people from Judea and Samaria. But then they go back home and they don't know what to do and how to channel this support. Sometimes they will buy a necklace of Star of David, and they don't know that 99% this necklace is coming from China, and the guy doesn't live in Judea and Samaria. So we give them, those people who their heart in the right place, people who are connected to the Bible, people who are connected to the pioneers all over Israel in the front line. Those are the target, to give them the channel to buy directly from the people in Israel.
And who are these people? Would you say they're predominantly Jews, Christians?
We have Jews, we have non-Jew. It's all a lot of kind of people.
Well, Nati, I'm going to ask you a personal question now. Why do you look like you walked out of the Bible? Meaning you're like such a cool guy, but you've chosen to look in such a unique, special way, which to me is very authentically Jewish. Probably this is similar to what David looked like. And I'm just wondering, but 2015, why have you chosen to take this look?
One of the things that I feel, it's also connected me to the question of Ari. I feel that we can influence and we can win this battle only by reconnecting ourselves to the Bible, to the Holy Land, and to stop to speak in the ways that the media is speaking, or the newspaper, or the political people are speaking. I'm here because God told me so. People are asking me if I live in Samaria, if it's legal, it's not legal. I say it's legal by God. God ordered me to live here and to flourish the place and to raise trees and children and community. This is what I'm doing.
So tell me what it's like. A bus arrives at one of these hilltops. They get out, and what then?
No, so Level Lam, it's an internet. What we figure out that the main problem is marketing. People who are against Israel are very, very active. Millions of people all over the world. All over the world are against Israel, and they are active. They don't only pray against Israel. They don't only think against anti-Semitic way. They are active. They are boycotting. They are going to the shops and say, don't buy Jaffa, don't buy Ahava, don't buy SodaStream. And we are there actively to market the products of the Judea and Samaria. By the way, it's not only Judea and Samaria. It's the Galil, it's the Golan, it's the Jordan Valley, it's the Gaza Strip.
And as we're seeing increasingly, it's all of Israel. The BDS movement is moving away from just Judea and Samaria to all of Israel.
Right, and we have producers who had companies, few of the products that you see here that have a very big damage from the BDS, and we help them, and they buy more facilities to produce more.
Is your hope also to educate these people that are buying these products? Is there some sort of educational angle that you're able to connect them in some sort of way, not only to the honey, but maybe to the ideas behind what's happening in all these different companies?
So every box, people who subscribe to this, to Leva Olam, are receiving every month a box full of those beautiful products, but also with two letters. One, it's news and about us, what is happening with us, what is the real news of Israel. And second, every product has his story, his connection to the family who produce it, where they live, why they live there. And I think this can be the influence. I feel very strongly that the connection between people in Israel and people all over the world, real connection, eye to eye, this is what will build the Geulah. This is what will bring the redemption. And not all the, Haspara is good, but this is the real thing. You are buying and you are a partner with the people in Judea and Samaria.
You seem to be like the kind of guy that's moving forward, people attack, and you just sort of ignore it and you just move on, plow forward. But I don't know if you're keeping up on what's happening. Recently, they came out with this photograph of Holocaust people in the Holocaust, Jews that were dying in a concentration camp, just withering and starving, and skeletons, walking skeletons, and they superimposed in their hands BDS signs. Did you hear about this?
No, I don't want to hear about this also. I think it's so disgusting what you just described that it's like to make a tumor on our soul. I want to spread love and to go to and see people all over the world love Israel. I was in Holland now, in the States. People love Israel. They just don't have the channel how to be connect.
How to connect. A lot of times, people, that's one of the difficult questions we've faced in our travels, Jeremy. People are like, what can I do? And you pray for Israel, teach your friends, but this is a very practical way, and not only a practical way, but it's a way that benefits the people themselves, meaning these are very high quality products I'm looking at here. Everything you took out, I'm like, I'm hoping that he's just going to give this to us as like a little party favor, right? These are like incredible teas. What do we have? Mushrooms here, juice, right? What is this? Organic pomegranate seed oil. Made my eyes burn. But yeah, just fantastic stuff that people are going to benefit from themselves.
Well, so Nati, you're not just a salesman, meaning you've been educating and teaching and speaking for most of the life that I've known you. When you go around and you're lecturing, what is the message that you have for the people beyond just supporting the Jews in Judea and Samaria?
So I think there's two main messages. One is to show the real reality. To speak with me, a guy, I always start by saying that you used to know me as somebody who is a settler who is living in the West Bank, but I live in the east of Israel and there is no bank yet. And I have a family and I have children and I raise my family to love every human being and I'm a musician and all the story, everything, why I started after my military to establish hilltops in Judea and Samaria, why I'm doing that, because of the biblical commandment and prophecies. This is what first I tell my story. And then I'm calling them to act. We need to act. You know, people in the history, people said, why people in the history, there were times that people said, why, I can't understand how nobody did nothing, nobody act. And we are living now in the history of the future. And people will ask us why we didn't do nothing, why we didn't support those pioneers by buying their products and giving an answer to this BDS movement.
Well, Nati Rom, levhaolam.com, Levolam. This is Ari and Jeremy.
Levolam.com.
We're going out for a short break. We will be right back. Hey folks, Yishai Fleischer here from Voice of Israel. We do hope that you enjoyed that content, but there's so much more. You've got to stay connected. So click the link below and plug in.